So I never filmed like an intro for this video, so here we are. Welcome to my vlog. This is for December 1st through the 15th, and it's gonna be a long one, and I apologize for that, but there's not much I can do about it. In this video, we are talking about planning, my process of planning, how I basically just brain dump everything I would like to work on and then wheedle it down based on everything that I have going on. I go over the planners that I'm using for the year, and then there's a bunch of holiday related stuff because of the Christmas troll, the Christmas parade, and all of the 4-H events that are going on at the same time, including like an angel tree shopping, a Christmas tree sale, and stuff like that. So that is everything that's included in this vlog that you're going to see. And then some of the other things that I need to mention is the fact that there's going to be like a picture montage with set to music, and the music is actually from a concert that we went to during the Christmas stroll. One of the local groups that anyone can sign up for depending on the age range and what they're wanting to do is called Strings and Things, and they were performing during the Christmas stroll at the hardware store, and it's a very small space and there was a bunch of people packed in there, so I couldn't get very good clips of the group that was singing. I was sitting way too close, so during that montage the music you hear is actually the group singing, but I tried my best to get some other video clips and pictures during the little short concert that they did that lasted like 30 minutes, and so you'll see that montage. And the rest of this video is pretty much just planning for 2025, which I'm not even finished doing yet as at the end of this vlog, and then all of the Christmas related stuff that we've done the 1st through the 15th. So enjoy. Don't mind me, I just got some fun things to show you guys. I got this binder so we can start saving up money for our North Carolina trip. Budget planner so we can start figuring out where our money is going. I've been doing this for a little bit, but I've been using some printed pages, and I wanted something that was actually dedicated, and I wanted something on the smaller side so that it would fit in my bag in case I needed to take with me to work on stuff. And then I have a new planner. So I'm going to open this bad boy up. I can't hold the camera while doing this, so I might have to figure something else out, but I'll see what I can do. Okay, I was at least able to take the plastic off. Let's see. Okay. So it's just a flip open box. It's got some little details of what all you can find in here. It's got the how it works little booklet. I've seen this come with every single one of their Clever Fox planners, so it got like details on how to do the book, how to use it, how to fill it out. I will actually end up reading this because I do end up reading these when they come. I really enjoy it because I especially like it when stuff has examples on how to use stuff. So it goes into a bit of detail about how to do things, which I thoroughly enjoy. I especially like it when it has the examples. I really do like a good example. This one I think it's supposed to cover 6 months versus 3 months, which is why I didn't continue using Clever Fox in the past. If it does actually cover 6 months, I will be thoroughly happy. Okay, so there's that. And the planner itself, she thick, she chunky. There's something stuck to it. There we go. Okay, so I'll have to open that up. I don't even remember what color I got, but it's kind of pretty. It's not, the color's not showing up as well on camera as it is in real life, but that's okay. Set that there. The warranty card, and then it comes with some stickers. I've never been a huge fan of their stickers. I've got a whole bunch still. I mean, they're not bad stickers, it's just that I have particular stickers that I like, and these aren't them. So I may end up giving these to girls to use in their planners. And I bet my budget planner will have some more of these ones especially. Okay. But because I've used Clever Fox planner in the past, even though it's been a couple years, I've actually already got a bunch of these. So nothing new there. And let me unpackage this and I will continue showing you what's in here. All right, so I think I got the emerald green one. It's a darker green. It doesn't show up very well on camera, but here we go. It is the 6-month daily planner. It's premium edition. It's got a place for name, phone number, and social. Okay, anytime I see the word social, I automatically think social security number. I don't know why, but I'm pretty certain this means like social media. And this is your reward. I don't know what the reward is. I'll have to double check that booklet. If you found this, please return. Oh, the reward for if you found this. Okay. It's got a bunch of pages here. I can't really read it. Vision board, goals, month goals, mind map. I'll have to actually go through this in more detail. Since I'm trying to film, I can't really look at it while doing this. Okay. And then it's got two, let's see. I think these are some of the daily pages. Yeah. It's got 2 bookmarks. One's green, one gold. Really like that. So I can keep one in my goals, one in the daily pages. In the back, it's got a pocket, which I'll put the stickers in. It's got elastic bands, it's got a pen holder. So really pleased with this. It's like a faux leather cover. It's got a little bit of texture, but not terribly. Oh, it's got 3 ribbons. It's got 2 green ones and a gold one. Cool. Cool. 3 ribbons. Can I untuck this? There we go. 1, 2, 3. I thought it only had 2, but it has 3. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna actually flip through this on my own and see what it looks like and eventually start filling it out. So here's the budget planner. In comparison, it is like half the size. It's also got it's got a smoother textured cover. It's also green because I want green for money. Okay. Finance goals, mind map, strategy, tactics, important dates, monthly budget, finance tracker, expense tracker. It's got a couple pages of expense tracker, monthly budget review, and ideas and notes. And then it does it again. This is supposed to cover 12 months. Oh, here we go. This is what I was looking for. So the paperwork comes with it. It's got the elastic band, the pen holder. Comes with stickers. It's got a pocket. It's got 3 ribbons. Yep, 3 ribbons. If I can get them to unstick from each other. Oh, they're tied. They're conjoined at the end. I'll have to fix that later. Anyways, 3 ribbons. Okay, here we go. This tells you a little bit like a guide on how to use it with examples. It's cool. Warranty card and finance stickers. Which I'll keep in the pocket. I do have a pen I'm going to use with this that I'm using with my current budget planner. But yeah, I'm excited to get this started. I think I'm going to start using this in December versus January, so I can start keeping track of stuff and like practice using it basically. So fun stuff. Lastly, I got the 11 envelope. This is a zipper binder. I wanted a zipper binder so nothing would fall out. Hold on, I got it. There we go. Okay. So usually the way it works with the 100 envelope challenge is, oh cool, it comes with the tracker. Oh, tips card, so I can tell you how to do it. But basically, each envelope is supposed to have a certain dollar amount. This is dry erasable, so you can use that over and over again. We're going to do it a little differently, because we're planning for a long trip. This says that by the end you'll have $5,050. We're actually going to be using it so that each envelope holds like a $100 bill. So, in the end, this is 1 through 4, 5 through 8. Like, we're going to put 100, 200, 300, 400, and fill this up as much as we can before our North Carolina trip so that we have all of our money for the North Carolina trip in here. And I will mark it off as we fill it. Since there's 100 envelopes, I'm just going to mark off them as if they're numbers, not dollar amounts. And then maybe after our North Carolina trip, we'll redo this again and we'll do it like it actually says. But honestly, because I have to pull cash from an ATM, we probably will never do it this way exactly. We'll just do $100, $100, $100, $100, and just keep doing it that way until we fill this. But yeah, the goal is to get as much of this filled in before our North Carolina trip as possible. Yay. All my notebooks and planners. This is just a lined notebook. It says next level with a Game Boy on the cover, like the original Game Boy, 8-bit pixels. It's just a lined notebook, and I'm going to use this as like, I guess a manifesting journal, scripting journal is what it's going to be. There's a course I'm taking, Manifesting Your Best Year, that I want to use this in conjunction with, so that's what that's for. I guess I can put that there. Let's switch these over. And then I've got my 6-month Clever Fox planner. She be a thick girl. So that's a daily planner. Then I've got my Clever Fox budget planner. She not as thick, but this one covers 12 months, whereas this covers 6 months. But this is a daily planner. This is a monthly budget expenser. And then I've got my 100 envelope binder here, so that I can start saving for my North Carolina trip. So, yay. All my notebooks and planners. And yes, I counted that even though it's just like a bunch of envelopes inside. Alright, hopefully this works out well. I think it did. I already took the elastic strap off, but here we go. Alright, so I've filled out this page, the finance goals and stuff like that, because I wanted to start thinking about this for real. So, save for emergency fund. I would like to have 1 year saved up, but let's be real, that's probably not going to happen for a long time. Pay off credit card debt. I don't have a lot, honestly. Write out my budget every month. Save $50,000 deposit for a dream house. Start an LLC for Brimstone Books. Start my bookkeeping business. Set up long-term financial plans. Save for vehicle 1, save for vehicle 2, and create multiple income streams. All this is doable. Just when is the curious part. I have not filled out this part. My strategy, new skills that I need to learn in order to achieve my financial goals. My money affirmations for wealthy prosperity. My tactics, actions I will take to earn more money, actions I will take to cut my expenses. Important dates in this monthly calendar, January, February, March, blah, 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 all the way to December. And this is where it starts, like, you can fill these in. I debated doing this for December, but honestly, January is when we're going to start trying to save up money. December's bills are already, like, I've got that planned out in my other budget planner where I just printed out some budget pages. So I've got that covered. So I figured I would just start this with January. And as you can see, I didn't fill out like when paydays were. So I filled this out, not realizing that we have 3 paydays this month, because our payday is the 3rd, the 17th, and the 31st. So we actually have 3 paydays this month versus I calculated for 2. So all of this is filled out with 2 in mind. And I don't have monthly goals. I don't have a checklist. Don't have income. Don't have savings. I'll fill that out like... I'll fill out the income as we get income for the month. Goals, I'll fill out in December, at the end of December. Checklist, I gotta figure out what the checklist is actually supposed to be. And then some of this stuff I have to recalculate because of the fact that there are 3 paydays this month instead of 2. So, I wish I had written this in with pencil because now I've got to recalculate it, and that is fun. But because the 3rd payday is on the 31st, I might just add that information into the next month's stuff. So then it has an expense tracker, which obviously I won't fill out until we're using it. Justin and I have almost all of our bills coming out of one of my credit cards. We're slowly switching over some of our other bills to that same credit card. Just because that's been easier for us. And our regular bank, we have a shared bank account, and then we each have our own bank account. So the way we usually do it is that if we need to pull cash, we put a certain amount into my bank account from all of our income goes to the shared bank account. And then any money that we need to pull in like the form of cash, because we used to have a US bank here in town that has since closed, we transfer money into my account, and when we go to Great Falls, I pull the money we need, and that's for like water runs, trash runs, the girls' lunch money, stuff like that. And then everything else gets left in either the PNC account for gas and groceries, or our bills automatically get drafted into the credit card payment stuff. So that's how we work that. And then Justin and I each get a allotted amount of fund money that we use. So there's two full pages of an expense tracker. And then they've got this monthly budget where you got opening balance, total income, total expenses, difference, total savings, balance for housing, as far as like spending analysis, housing, food, healthcare, transportation, personal, loans, entertainment, and I need to write other here because if you go back to this page here, it's got it separated by housing, personal, loans, food, healthcare, entertainment, transportation, and other. But it doesn't have other written into this spending analysis. So we'll need to fit that in. And then it says my biggest wins for the month. Did I meet my budget? If not, why? Did I achieve this month's goals? If not, why? This is what I learned this month by tracking my expenses. I will do this within 1 month to improve. And then ideas and notes. And then it starts the next month. So I have used one of their expense planners in the past. However, it was a different one than this. And I like the way this one's laid out so much better. I probably will end up going through here and filling out at least the calendar portions of this whole calendar. This is a 12-month one. So I probably will go through here and fill the calendar portions out with the paydays written down, only because of the fact that I don't run into the problem where I calculated for 2 instead of 3. Because that's gonna happen a couple times this year. And I thought it was in February. Don't ask me why I thought it was in February, when February is like the shortest month of the year. It's never in February. But for some reason, I thought it was in February, not January. So I was fully prepared to plan for 3 paydays in February, not January. I'm an idiot. It's all good. But yeah, I do like this, and I like how it's laid out. As far as like going, let's see if I can do it. Okay, housing. It's got it separated by mortgage or rent, insurance, maintenance, electricity, water, sewer, gas, heating, waste removal, phone, TV, internet. And then they've got a couple extra ones that you can add in for whatever you need. And then here we go. Personal, clothing, personal care, sports or gym, fun. We added in fun for me, fun for Justin, fun for the girls. They actually get $20 that they automatically have to put in their piggy banks and $20 that they can spend for whatever they want each month. And then our NC trip, we're going to try to save $500 a month. More if we can, but definitely at least 500s. We'll get there. Okay. And then food. Oh, it also has a subtitle for each category, which makes it easier when you get to the end. So food, groceries, dining out, and then lunch money for the girls is what I have added in. Loans, student, or credit cards. This is healthcare, insurance, and medical. That's automatically pulled out of my paycheck, so I don't calculate that. But once I go full-time with my own business, I will need to start pulling that. So, this is for entertainment, events, hobbies. I've got Netflix and KU on here. Let's see, transportation, car payment, insurance, fuel, maintenance, bus, train, taxi. And then other, I've got our subscriptions that are unrelated to TV entertainment. So like Justin pays something for Fallout, or at least he was. He's thinking about canceling that. That Wizards is Wizards of the Coast for our D&D Beyond. That's his. Mine's a quarterly. That's the other thing. This doesn't calculate for quarterly, so I have to figure out how we're going to budget for that. And I'll be planning that out on the ideas and notes page, honestly. But my next one is due in February, I think, which is why it's not in January. If it's in January, I need to put it under the here as other. So, and then I got Ubisoft, Apple. I pay for Apple storage, Google storage. That's supposed to be $1. Yes, I pay 99 cents for Apple storage. It's not enough. I'm going to be upgrading this, but not right now. So, and then all the subtitles come down for the total budgets. Then we got a category. So it's got 2 categories, budgeted and actual. And then when you come down here, it's got total actual and then the difference between the two. And I've always budget up because like our electricity lately for the past few months has been like $120. But I want to make sure we budget for a lot more. So, and then when we come over here after the expense trackers, the amount spent will be based on the actual subtotal amount. That's where that information is going to come from. And then once this is done, we'll fill out this. I guess. I gotta double check. There is, like, it came with like a little pamphlet to show you how to fill it out. So I've got to look through that and see how to fill out the budget. And then it's got some blank pages at the very end. Let's see what else it's got at the end. Okay, hold on. It's got a couple other things. Okay, there's that last one. Okay, so it's got a savings tracker, which we will not be using because I've got that envelope system. I might use this in a different way in the future, but for this year, we're not going to worry about it because we got the NC trip we're planning for, and that's the only thing we're saving up for right now. So it's got 2 full pages of savings trackers. Then it's got a debt tracker. Again, not using that because I've got that planned out a different way. Got 2 pages of that. 3 pages. Any more? Holiday budget, we will plan for that. Holiday gifts, we will plan for that. Holiday spending, we will plan for that. Regular bill tracker, Justin and I are going to fill that out. And then it's got a summary of the year. Monthly expenses summary. That's a 2-page spread. Then it's got a check register. We don't write a lot of checks, but I do every once in a while, so I need to keep track of that. And then account information, you can put some information here for your different accounts, which actually I probably should be doing anyways. And then it's got some dot grid pages. Only like 2 full pages. 2 full pages and then a half page. So yeah, I like it. So here's this like side-by-side comparison of these 2 books. This is the 6-month daily planner. This is the budget planner. That's 12 months. And I've done a lot more work in this one. Obviously, excuse me. So don't mind this. This is the how it works because I've been using it as like an example. Let's take this off. I do have a pen that's going to be dedicated. I do have a pen that's dedicated to the budget planner too, but it's currently with my other budget planner and I'll be switching it out. So, alright. So in comparison, this one is a lot more filled out because I actually filled out what is the vision for the life you want, what is your life's purpose, what is your mission. I actually hate using these dots. This came from the stickers that came with it, and I forgot how much I hate the stickers that came with it. I wish I had done this page like I did this page where I just did a line to separate the stuff, but and you'll see this more going on because I continued this theme throughout these next pages. So here we go. All right. I am grateful for my affirmations, what I'm passionate about, what brings me joy in life, skills to learn and habits to adopt this year. Like, I've filled this more out. I have not filled out the vision board, but that's only because my printer is a black and white printer, and I do have some pictures that I want to print out in color. So I have to go to the library, and obviously it's Thanksgiving weekend, so they're not open until like next week. But I do have some pictures I'll be putting here, and I'll be decorating with some stickers and stuff like that. So I do have plans for this page. I just haven't done it yet. My goals. This one is similar to the level 10 goals you're going to do, but some of the categories that are separate in the level 10 are together in this. So, health and fitness, business and career, family and friends, relationships and romance, finance, personal development, fun and recreation, and spiritual. And I wanted to make sure I came up with 3 goals for every single one of these. And I did. I'm successful at this. Can go me. Next is 3-month goals. And I actually only pick 3 goals each for every quarter, so I wanted to focus on that. Plus, I mistakenly, like, I while writing some of these down, I forgot this said 3 month, and so I was planning for like a year. Whoops! So I had to see all the cross out sections where I was like, let me refix that. So I've got three goals. I have not decided on my rewards for those 2. And then again, mind map is similar to the vision board, but this one's where you like draw a bubble map with the lines and the different ideas popping out of it. And I haven't done this because this goes with this. It's supposed to be like plan out how you're going to accomplish this, and I haven't done that yet. So moving on, we got the monthly calendar. Again, I was using those stupid stickers that come with it. I hate them so fucking much, and I don't know why I did it. I already pulled out some. I might pull out the rest. Don't know. We'll see. But I did fill it out. It's got the monthly calendar here. And then as far as like plan, it says habits to adopt, skills to learn, things to avoid, places to go, people to see. And then under here, it's got this month's goals, where I did go back to like a line separating all my goals. This month's wins, how I'll improve next month. And this, I did end up starting it in January instead of December, just because I fucking can. I don't know. It's got 3 months together. I do like these payday stickers for the corner here. I do like those. So those will stay in here. I do like the birthday stickers, so those will stay. It's these big bulky meeting stickers. If they were all the same color, I probably wouldn't mind them so much. And I do like that one with the wine glasses for our anniversary because I don't use that sticker that often. But I hate these meeting stickers because they're multiple colors. And if you go with themes... But yeah, I filled out what I can so far for these 3 months. And then it's got another page for my 3-month goals with the mind map before it goes into the next 3 months. So I've already got this decorated and dated. Okay, now here's where it gets tricky. And the next page is a 4th month. And I put July. But the very next page starts your daily pages. And I did flip through this to see if there was like more monthly pages mixed in, because I thought maybe this was supposed to be back to January, like redo January, so it's right in front of your daily pages. This is the only thing I hate about the way this is set up. I wish they didn't have this 4th month here. And yeah, what I probably will end up doing is, since this is the 3rd month, I probably will end up sticking these 2 pages together so that it flips from June to the start of the daily pages. But I haven't fully decided on that. I might just cover this up with pictures. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it's here for right now. And then it starts the daily pages. And then the rest of this is pretty much a mixture of daily pages and weekly reviews. So on the daily page, it has this week's main goal, if it'll focus, this week's priorities, life balance to-do list, health and fitness, fun recreation goes back to your goals, relationship, family and friends, personal development, and then a work to-do list, a personal to-do list, and habits and skills that you want to do. And then over here, it's got today's main goal, today's priorities, schedule, and it's got a 6 to 9 schedule, which I won't use because I work weird hours, work to-do list, personal to-do list, and then it's got the next page. So each page, it's got a week's worth of days. Okay. And then it's got a dot grid page, which you can do anything with, and it's got a weekly review. And then what were the biggest wins, what tasks were not accomplished and why, what were the biggest lessons learned, insights gained, what life areas were lacking and why. And it's got those life areas so you can fill it out just like the level 10 stuff, and you can write some notes on it. And then it says, how will I improve next week? And then it starts more daily pages. And it's got that for the rest of the book until we get to the back. Let me flip all the way back here. Okay, then we start some just dot grid pages. It's got one, hold on. After that final weekly review, it's got 1, 2, if I can turn these pages, 3 full spread pages and a half page of dot grid pages before it's got all these stickers. And these are the stickers I was talking about it comes with. And I hate them. Other than the payday ones. I'm keeping the payday ones. But like I said, if there was a central theme across all of them and they were all the same color, I might like them more. But I hate these stickers. I don't know what it is about them. I just hate them. I hate them. So I will not be using these. And I'm taking them out of the book. Bye-bye. So yeah, that's it. And then of course, like I said, it's got this booklet that it comes with that kind of tells you how to fill it out. Like, where's the mind map? Hold on. Let me pause this so I can look at it. So here's their example of the vision board. And it does tell you how to fill it out. Like, does it have? No. Okay, so it does tell you how to fill it out. And then as far as the mind map goes, that's the example it shows. And it does tell you about filling that out too. That's the calendar spread. Okay. But yeah. So, yeah. I like it. We'll see how well I like it by June. Okay. One of the things that I have liked about having this short stories file, because this is my short stories file for all my short stories, is that all of my old stuff is all collected in one place and all my new stuff is collected in one place. However, what I hate about this is that if this for some reason becomes like longer than a short story, which all of these have, because all of these are around, this one especially is starting to get around novella length. So one of the things that I hate is that if it does become something other than a short story, I either have to move this out into its own file or whatever, which screws up my Scrivener word counts. So I think what I want to do moving forward is, instead of having all my short stories in one Scrivener document, is I want to create multiple files, folders, I mean, with all my short stories, and have all my short stories as individual files within that said folder. I'm still playing around with this idea. I think I'm going to play around with it with the 2024 stuff, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about how this is going to work, but I'm going to play around with some file stuff and see what I can come up with. And that is one of the things I'm trying to do to prep for 2025 is figure out all my files and stuff. Because what I've got now is not quite working as well as I would like it to. And I need to fix that. So here's hoping it'll work. Alright, I have finished my word count tracker for 2025 to 2029. I try to do these trackers for every 5 years just so it makes it easier, and yeah, so here we go. I have my years across the top, I have my months across the side, and then basically it'll pull all of this information from my tabs down here where each year's calculations or word counts are inputted. And then I have an annual goal. Right now it's set for 400,000. That's based on the fact that I can average about 100,000 each 3 months. So 4 quarters a year, 400,000 words. That may change, so that is variable, but that allowed me to check some of the other stats. My annual total is basically the sum of each year, and then the difference between the two, the annual minus the goal. Monthly average is how much I wrote divided by how many months there were. And then the daily average is how much I wrote divided by the number of days in a year. So that is fun. And then this one is a calculation for all 5 years, so I can see what I'm working with in the future. And then when we click, all 5 of these tabs are exactly the same. So when we click on this tab, we've got our projects. I've got them numbered 1 to 30, and there's always room for more. It's got the title of whatever the project is, whether or not I finished the project, and this is a drop-down menu that allows me to say yes, no, did not finish, to be continued. That's usually used if I don't finish something by the end of the year but want to work on it more. And NA stands for non-applicable. Anything plot bunny-wise, obviously I'm not going to finish it, so that's an NA. And then handwritten words, because it's multiple projects, some I may finish, some I may not, so that is NA as well. I have this section for notes so I can talk about that. So like the various projects estimated at 200 words per page. And then this is annual total, meaning how many words I wrote on that project for the year completely. And then this one is my total word count for the whole year, and this is what gets inputted into the annual stats for that month, for that year. The annual stats for each month for the year comes from this right here. So I've got all of my days for the month, and then I can input different numbers, and voila. It adds up, it changes my totals. So let's say I worked on that one, and then I wrote 99 words here. Boom. It calculates my total for the project as well as the total for the annual, and I've got that going on. And yeah, that's how I calculate. Let's see. That's how I'll calculate for the whole year, and yeah, so pretty simple, but it works for me, and it allows me to work on a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, as far as the first two projects are the same for every one of these pages. It just, like, the 2025 changes with the year, so like on the 2026 tab it says 2026, and so on and so forth. So that's the only one that changes. But yeah, I'm all set to start tracking my words for 2025 onwards to 2029. Yay! So I mentioned earlier that I wanted to like calculate total word count like over lifetime, and I don't have an accurate count of that because I don't have accurate word count trackers before 2020. I had some of my stories from before 2020, but I don't have accurate like word counts from before then. So this is the word tracker I've been using. It is from 2020 to 2024. I've actually already made a new one for 2025 through 2029 because I think I would like to have these trackers cover 5 years each. But this is like the annual stats page where it pulls my monthly word counts for each year, and then it has an average across all 4 years per month. And then I have a slot here. I had planned on how much I wanted to write this year at the very beginning of the year. I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere near this, but I wanted to play around with this box basically. And then I have my total word counts for each year coming down here with the total average based on that. And then right here is the number we were looking for. This is how many words I've written across my lifetime since 2020 to now. So currently it's at over 1 million, which is awesome. But as you can see, I haven't written for December, so this could change. And we are actually still in November right now. It is November 29th, so there's still possibility this will get a little higher. Right now it says I've written 46,000 for the month, almost 47,000, and that may go up a little bit more before in the next couple of days. So yeah, I really doubt it's going to go up because I'm now almost completely in like planning stage for 2025. I've noticed like late November and then almost all of December is more like planning for the next year versus actual writing. And like this year I had a low count in January 2024, because I was actually still in the middle of planning because I waited so long to start planning in 2023. Because like this only says I wrote 33,000, but I remember that was a really heavy editing month, so there was a lot more negative numbers than positive numbers, which is why that's so low. If I had counted all numbers and just like added them together versus like subtracting them, this probably would have been like 80 something thousand words, because I was doing a lot of like editing that month. So, but yeah, I just thought it would be really cool to show this clip real quick to show like how I have been tracking stuff. Okay, one of the things I was thinking about as far as like planning what I want to work on next year for 2025 is I took a look through all of the stories that I have and where I stand with each of them. And this is not set in stone, but this is a general look at what I think I can do next year. I want to focus on one series at a time. So the series I'm going to be focusing on is the Shifters and Mages series, because I've already got the editor locked in. We're under contract with that one. So I think that's the one I really need to focus on. And so Jenna's story is going to be my main focus, which is book 2 in the Shifters and Mages. Puck's Choice, by the time you see this video, Puck's Choice will be out. But the plan is to start getting Jenna's story like seriously ready for publication, hopefully by the end of 2025. So this is always going to be my main focus of 2025, so that if nothing else gets done, this one has to. So I'm going to be working on that mainly, and I do have kind of semi plotted out like when I can start working on stuff, but again, this is not set in stone. This may very well change, especially this portion of it, because this is like up in the air. And I'm not really planning for like July onwards. I was just like, this was a general idea of what I would like to do. Okay, so here we go. After that, I think my next focus should be my newsletter subscriber story, because this is the one where if you sign up for my newsletter, you get a chapter each month. I'm behind. I have not... I originally started that story as like a 7-day book project, or 7-day book challenge project, and I got up to chapter 8 completed, and then my newsletter subscribers were getting it, and the idea was that I would continue working on it. I have not continued working on it, so I'm on chapter 9. I think I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. I don't remember. Maybe I'm only a quarter of the way through it. But either way, I need to read back through chapters 1 through 8, kind of familiarize myself with the story, and continue on. And my goal is to write 1 chapter a month, and it goes to newsletter subscribers the next month. So like if I write chapter 9 in December, it'll go to beta newsletter subscribers in January, and so on and so forth, basically. The other thing I want to do is I want to focus on some of my standalones, because I don't have that many, but since those are like self-contained stories, I think they would be some of the easier ones to knock out. So I've got 2 that are completely outlined. I've started writing on both of them at some point or other, but I haven't done a lot of work on them. I've done more work on one than the other. Neither one has even had a first draft completed. So I think those 2 should be my focus, because if I can get them drafted and ready for an editor by the end of the year, I think it would be cool to have those as be releases for 2026, some of the new first releases for 2026. And again, because they're like standalones, they're self-contained stories, they're one and dones, it'll be a lot easier than trying to do a series where I have to kind of string different arcs along throughout the way. So the 2 I've picked for next year are Growl and Just One Bite. And the reason I picked those 2 is because I have covers for both. I have an editor on call is not the right term, but pretty close to it. I've asked her if I can work with her on more projects, and she said yes. So those are 2 that I know that once they're done and I get them to a place where I'm happy with them, I have no problem sending them to her to take a look at and start going through. After that, I've got the Sultry Solstices series. This is a series of short stories. Each of these are like 10 to 15,000 words. I think this particular series is 10,000 words each, and then the Monstrous Mace is 15,000 words each. But I could be wrong about that. But either way, there's 7 stories per short story, and I want to, again, kind of like the chapters for the newsletter story, I want to work on 1 short story a month. So for the first 7 months of the year, I've got Presumed Dead through Granted Existent. I have started making covers for those. However, I do want to commission a artist to do character artwork of these. It is a human with a monster of some sort. The Sultry Solstices, the first one is a ghost. We learn more about that near the end. Imagined Overdue is a vampire and a witch. Protected Alone is a gargoyle. Burned at Cold is a hellhound. Isolated Tranquil is a orc. Trusted False is a fae. And Granted Existent is a djinn. So, like, I want someone who can draw a human paired with a monster, supernatural creature. And so if you know anyone who does that kind of work and does, like, covers, I do have... I'll put on screen what I'm envisioning for the cover, and I just want like a small image. I want a full-size image of the couple that I can use as like a full-size image in the book, but also partially on the cover. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully it does. So, and then if I can get all of this done, well, if I can get 1 half, 1 all done by mid-year, then I've got other half, this one, and then this for the second half of the year, basically. So that's the goal there. And so after that, I started calculating word counts. So in my word count tracker, I've got it written that I could probably write about 400,000 words a year if I go for the goal of 100,000 words each quarter, which I think is doable. I think that is seriously doable, especially with the way I've been working lately. So here is what I've calculated as far as word count goes and how I think I can accomplish this. So the way I've got this set up is I can do 1 10 to 20k short story a month, which is the Sultry Solstices and Monstrous Mates stories. 1 Shifters and Ages novel a year, because while I have this planned out, have the new draft done by February, March, then I'm going to spend the rest of the year editing it, getting it back and forth, feedback from my editor, and so on and so forth to get that ready for publication. So 1 Shifters and Mages novel a year. 1 newsletter story a year, which is Blood Like Stained Glass. And then I've got the 2 standalone novels, 1 per half of the year. Again, just working on getting first drafts done. Not really working on about editing. The only one I'm really working about editing is the Shifters and Mages and the short story at the beginning of during each month. The way I've got this calculated, and I've got these over-calculated because Jenna's story, I think the original draft was about 72,000 words. So I don't want it to be more than 75, though. I think Puck's Choice was about 72,000 words as well. Blood Like Stained Glass I think is actually going to be closer to 60k, but I wanted to go ahead and round up. Growl, I think, again, is going to be about 60k, rounding up. Just One Bite is probably going to be closer to between 70 to 80k, but again, we'll see. Sultry Solstices, depending on whether they're 10,000 word stories or 15,000 word stories, will be anywhere from 70 to 90,000 words. And then Monstrous Mates, between the 5 of them, if they're about 10,000 words, they'll be about 50,000. And if they're 15,000, it'll be closer to 70,000. So those 2 are actually probably counted down, but either way, it's around 400,000 words. So that tracks. Now, I have been known to, project hop, but also to, like, once I set in mind I'm going to be working on this story, I suddenly can't work on that story. So, again, these plans might change. I might be telling you all this and none of this gets worked on. But these are the things I would like to work on. And I actually think I want to switch Growl and Just One Bite, because I really do want to get Just One Bite out before Growl. But Growl, I know, is completely plotted out, and this one is a surefire, just write it, you'll be okay. Whereas there's a lot more subplots going on with Just One Bite that determine basically Growl is more straightforward than Just One Bite, so it'll be easier to write Growl in the end than Just One Bite, but Just One Bite is the one I'm more interested in writing. Yeah, but we'll see. The two main focuses are going to be Jenna's story and Blood Like Stained Glass, because this one goes to newsletter subscribers, and this one I want is under contract with the editor, so I want this one out by the end of the year. I would like to put out one Shifters and Mages story at least, if not more, each year until I've got the whole series out, and there's 4 books in the series. So that is the plan with that. Now I just need to transfer all this information over to here, as well as my planner. So here we go. Don't mind me, I'm at work, but I just realized that I told you guys everything I would like to accomplish for 2025 as far as like what I want to work on writing wise, but I didn't discuss how I'm going to do that. And I think a lot of it is and maybe this is wishful thinking, because I've been watching Alyssa in the Books has been doing daily vlogs for NaNoWriMo. So maybe this is wishful thinking. She talks about doing dictation on a daily basis, and she's getting a lot of words in that way. Actually, I think she wrote like 90,000 words in like 26 days so far, and we're not done with the month yet. But at least we're not done with the month yet as far as like videos I've caught up on yet. I'm like 4 or 5 days behind. But my point is that she talks about dictation all throughout her daily vlogs, and I used to do dictation. I used to get a lot of words in when I did dictation, and I want to get back into the habit of doing dictation. So my plan is to kind of like scroll out ideas that I want to do as far as like plot points on like scrap papers, pieces of paper, or maybe I might dedicate an entire notebook to stuff like that, and then I want to dictate my daily word count. And it's been too long, and I don't have any record of how many words I used to write when I did stuff like that, so I don't know what my word count would be when I do dictation, but I do know that it's going to take me a bit to get back into the flow of doing dictation. I do have enough short stories that are not typed up that I've been wanting to type up, that I have got a way to train myself to get back into the habit of doing dictation, because that's what I'll do is I'll just read those stories, and then I'll do 2 things. It'll train my dragon so that I can do dictation correctly and have it come out okay on the computer screen, but it will also help me type up these stories that are that need to be digitized. So twofold kind of thing, 2 birds, 1 stone. And I'll be doing that through the month of December to get myself back in the habit, so that starting in January I, start knocking out some words. Where it's gonna suck is that my short stories are not outlined. I outline novels, I outline novellas, I do not outline short stories. They are just like as I think of it kind of things, which may or may not be a problem sometimes, but generally I know like the main premise of the story. And with short stories, I do tend to do like only 1 plot, and when I do that, it makes it so much easier, and I can get through it much easier. But even said, my short stories used to be like 300 words each, and then they grew to 3,000, and then they grew to 5,000. Now I'm writing like 10,000 word short stories, so take that as you will. So maybe it's not as easy as I think, but that is the kind of goal, is that's how I'm gonna knock all these words out, and projects out, is I'm going to start doing dictation. We'll see how this goes. I have high hopes, with the understanding and knowledge that it may not work out as well as I would like it to, and that there will still be days where I'm like, I'd rather type this kind of thing, because the words are not flowing in my head too well to like head to mouth to paper kind of thing. So, but I would like to try it and see how it goes. I, like a dumbass, forgot to calculate for the North Carolina trip next year, so I had to make a bunch of changes to this. So, still going to focus on Jenna's story, like that's a no-brainer. Same thing with Blood Like Stained Glass, those are the top 2. Growl, instead of it being January through June, I'm just going to make it January through October, and on October, it's done no matter where it's at. And then 1 short story a month until we get to October, and then Monsters Revenge will actually be October, November. Total, it'll be about 300,000 words. And this is how I'll be like doing stuff as far as like getting everything done. And then this is just a to-do list so that I can make sure I can accomplish all these things. I have some wall calendars where I'll put like predictions of things I want to do, and then I have another wall calendar that I'll be using for things like I actually do. So yeah, And we'll see how that goes. Oh, my dryer's done. Time for me to get to work again. Woo! But yeah, much better, much more realistic. Calculates in for the October trip. I'm hoping to have Jenna's story pretty much ready to go before October, before we leave, so that all I have to do is finalize like edits, final read-throughs, proof copy, blah 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 blah. So that's gonna be an all-year thing though. Same thing with Blood Like Stained Glass. Blood Like Stained Glass, once I actually get working on it again, because it's just a first draft, and that's what the readers are getting. Like, it's not a huge deal. It's fine. Had to redo it again because I'm an idiot and keep forgetting about things that are going on in my life. But here we go. Here, and this will probably change too. Same thing's still the same. Jenna's story is going to be my main focus. 75,000 words. Actually, it's probably going to be closer to 72, but let's aim high. One standalone novel. I'm choosing Growl. One newsletter standalone novel. That's Blood Like Stained Glass. And then I shortened the number of stories I'm working on, and when I'm working on them, I'm going to be working on them 2 months at a time when I do work on them. So that's going to be a total of 245,000 words for the year. Will I get more? Possibly. I don't know. But the way I'm doing this is the fact that I'm going to be taking classes too and doing all these courses and trying to get my bookkeeping business started. So like, I had to cut this down. I keep putting too much shit on myself. Will I get more than this done? Possibly. Will I get any of this done? I have no idea. But at least I'm setting myself up. And I had to do some recalculations down here with like the calendar, wall calendar goal to count word counts that I wanted to do. And I'm not going to enter all of these into the calendar because I'll reassess after every quarter. But like, to start with, 1,000 per day, January through March. And actually, I'll reassess these every month. But for now, this is the way it's looking. And October through December actually has a smaller word count, as well as less days, but it has less days. I don't know exactly how I did the math. I'm probably going to have to write out the math on paper because I'm still not quite certain. I'm writing more words for more days for the first 3 quarters, but I'm writing less words, less days for the last quarter, and the word count was still, I don't really know how this works out. Somehow it did, but it was like 1,017 versus like 1,056. Like, it wasn't that big of a difference. And I just rounded down to 1,000. So, I don't know. Maybe I did some math wrong. But, I'm off work. Waiting for the laundromat to open. I have 30 minutes to go before it opens, possibly. So, this is what I've been doing in the meantime, is like making my plans for 2025. And that's what I've got so far. I got my main projects that I would like to work on next year picked out and chosen. And the cool thing is, like, Presumed Dead, Imagined Overdue, Burn, those 2 are complete. They just need, like, editing, maybe some rewriting. Burn Cold is about halfway done. Again, just needs some editing and rewriting. Protected Alone is a brand new story. And then I never started Isolated Tranquil or Trusted False, but I have ideas for both of those. So I may get all of these done and start on the next one. There's a couple of artists I am following on Instagram who do commissions for artwork, and I'll be contacting some of them to see what we can be looking at as far as like character art goes, because I have some ideas for covers and character art that I would like to do for those particular stories. And I especially want someone who's willing to do like a full series of similar art style. Like, I don't want to change artists mid-cover kind of thing. But I gotta see what my options are and how much costs will be, because that'll determine when I'm looking at publishing those. But my goal is to like publish those 1 every 2 weeks when I start publishing them. So we'll see how that works. But for now, that's what we're working with. Oh, and I have the cover for the omnibus for those already too. Like, I have the full Sultry Solstices omnibus cover. I already have that. And it's going to be a completely different style than the individual books. Got a new tree this year. It's looking mighty fluffy. It's looking a little fluffier than our old one did. Our other one we had to bulk up with garland to make it look fluffy. Just because it was older and limpy. had to throw it so it didn't hit Goblin. The old man doesn't deserve to be run over, and Ogre will run him over. He does it every chance he gets. Right, Ogre? Right, Ogre? Big boy. I got you too, I got you too, I got you too.
Yes, it was.
Probably needs to be vacuumed again, though.
Did the vacuum get empty before it got vacuumed?
You were the one that was inviting him to play, and now you don't want to play, Jester? Weirdo. On tonight's launch live stream, I mentioned the fact that I was missing a bunch of stories. Well, guess what? I found them! Turns out I had emailed them myself from flash drives, so yeah. A bunch of stories not corrupted versus corrupted from each of the years in which I wrote them. And then I've got some story ideas here for Short Story Smash, and there's my short story Changeling, which was originally in an anthology that is no longer published. So, like, I've got them. Now I gotta sort through these and get them on my computer again, because this is where they've lived for the past 10 years, 11 years. So, but I found them. I guess that's the important part.
Happened. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas. This is not a Christmas song. My neighbors compete to see who can put up more blinding lights. The kids all wish away the
Hail turkeys! What are you doing, Gwen? Say hi! Hi! You guys super excited? You look so thrilled! What are you guys doing? You look so thrilled. Is she using her tongue to tap the screen?
Shopping, shopping, Christmas season starting sooner every year. It's October, stores with plastic Christmas trees. Ransack the mall, shop until you lose your mind. Spike the eggnog, sit back and watch Rudolph, Frosty, Tiny Tim, or Ginger, Grinch, Charlie Brown, and stuff. It's time to do the Christmas cake, and if you can't dance, well that's okay. All you need
just a boy. Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am. But right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
He doesn't know how to feel and how to handle it. That angry tail whip. I think we've confused the fuck out of him. Hi, Baggy. Hi, Baggy. You can't even tell that just last week we had like several inches of snow on the ground. It's all melted. This is all that's left. Just the ice in a couple spots, though. That's it. Both cuddle bugs are sleeping with me again. remember how I was talking about the covers where with the cutout, and I usually see it with like historical romances where it would have like the bodice rippers underneath. This is exactly what I was talking about. Like this is the cover, and then it's got a full page illustration under it with the cutout. This is what I was thinking for my monster books, except for, of course, because it's print on demand, I can't do the cutouts. So it would be like, it would have the image there, and then the next page after the cover would be the full page illustration. That's what I was thinking of. Gwen is convinced she's a mouse tamer just because she caught the mouse that Baggy and Jester were playing with.
He's a chunky little buddy.
Alright, get him ready.
Boing boing.
Get rid of him.